If you're looking for the perfect pentatonic workout to elevate your playing to the next level in no time, well, welcome to the brownstone. Hello friends and neighbors, welcome back to the brownstone. I hope you're doing very well. Today I am jumping right in with an amazing workout for the pentatonic scale to help you get around the neck with more agility, develop your speed, and it's also a very cool melodic device that you can use when coming up with bass lines or improvising, soloing, what have you. So we're going to be dealing with the major pentatonic scale, and I have mentioned this particular formation of the major pentatonic scale in previous videos, but in case you missed it, here it is. The easiest way, for me anyway, the easiest way to get to a 2-octave major pentatonic scale is to put the first 3 notes of the scale on the same string. If you're a beginner, check this out, because I'm just going to deal with the dots. The dots. Here's the first dot, the 3rd fret, the second dot, the 5th fret, and the third dot, the 7th fret. So watch what happens. The major pentatonic scale, if you don't know, is a scale that involves the root, the 2nd note of the scale, the 3rd note of the scale, you skip the 4th note, go to the 5th note of the scale, and the 6th note of the scale. That's the pentatonic scale, 5-note scale. So if I put the first 3 notes on one string, I get 3rd fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret of the E string. And then to continue with the 5th degree and 6th degree of the scale, well, guess what? That's 5th and 7th fret of the string below the string where I started. So as you can see, I'm playing the first 3 notes on the same string. 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 1st dot, 2nd dot, 3rd dot, or G, A, B on the E string. And then the last 2 notes of the scale are the 5th fret and the 7th fret of the next string down. So what happens is I get a very cool pattern where I play 3 notes, each like 2 frets apart. And then those last 2 notes that I play, I repeat on the next string down. And that's the scale. But check it out. If I'm playing this in the key of G, I've got a G here, and I've got a G here, which means it's very easy for me to play the scale again in 2 octaves. See how that works? Very cool. So the next thing I want you to do is familiarize yourself with the scale. Just play the 2-octave major pentatonic scale, ascending and descending. Now the way that I'm playing that scale, I'm playing the first 3 notes with my first finger, and then I'm playing 2nd finger. If you find that your hands are smaller and you can't make that span, I mean, it's really like 5 frets. Don't worry. All you have to do is use your thumb to move your hand this way, almost like a swing, so that you can access those notes that might be out of the immediate reach of a 4-fret span, or even a 3-fret span. You know what I mean? Because we're covering 5 frets with the first 3 notes of this scale. So place your thumb behind your 2nd finger, play that first note, swing that hand. So now my thumb is behind my first finger, and then I can play that 2nd note with my 2nd finger. And now my little finger is in the perfect position to play the 3rd note. I hope that makes sense. So there's a beautiful fluid motion to the way I'm playing those 3 notes, those first 3 notes of the scale. You can just practice that so that the notes are even. Try to play with as little space as possible between the notes, very legato. And to see if your fingers can really articulate those notes properly. No buzzing, no spaces, and the clearest possible tone. And when you've got that down, all you have to do is play the two notes that are directly underneath the second and third note of your initial phrase. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Same frets, right? If you are a beginner with this, then really, all you need to do is just practice one octave and see if you can get that under the fingers. This is a really great way to play the pentatonic scale. Once you've become accustomed to that, and once that pattern gets into the muscle memory, then you can move on and play the same pattern starting on the octave of the root note where you started, in this case G. So that means I can easily play a 2-octave major pentatonic scale, in this case in the key of G, by repeating the pattern starting on the octave. Here's G again, so I can repeat the same pattern where I have 1, 2, 3, and then the two notes below my 2 and 3 of the first pattern. I hope that makes sense. So this makes the pattern very simple. I've got G, A, B, D, and E. And then here I have another G, so I can easily repeat the pattern and play G, A, B, D, and E. And if I want, I can resolve the pattern at that G at the 12th fret of the G string. So, if you're a beginner, here is what I would suggest. Just play the major pentatonic scale in 1 octave, ascending and descending. Get it to where it's super comfortable. Make sure you use that thumb to pivot the hand like a swing if you're not able to make that big stretch. Because basically, like, you're going from the 3rd fret to the 7th fret. That's a big stretch. So you can see, even though I'm making that big stretch, my fingers are pretty much together all the time. You can see that. So I'm not playing it like this. Even that caused a little bit of pain. You don't want pain. So I'm trying to keep my fingers together, and I'm using my thumb as a way to swing my hand to allow me to get to those notes. See that? So my fingers are always together. So once you're comfortable with that, then you can extend the scale to the 2nd octave. It's the same pattern. And then once you have that down, then you can resolve the pattern by adding the G at the 12th fret of the G string. Are you playing along? I hope so. Once you have that, then we can get to the workout. So this 2-octave major pentatonic workout is going to involve a 4-note pattern starting on each degree of the pentatonic, the major pentatonic scale. What do I mean by that? It's a very simple sequence where I play the first 4 notes of the scale. Once I've completed the sequence, I start the sequence again on the next consecutive note. So here I'm starting on the first note. This is cool because now I can keep track of where to begin my pattern. So here's the first note. I play 4 notes. And then I go to the second note and I play 4 notes. I go to the third note. I complete the pattern, I complete the scale, but now I can extend the pattern and start to play on the next octave. So then my third 4-note pattern is there. Then I go to the 4th note. And continuing on until I hit the G at the 12th fret of the G string. Does that make sense? 4 notes, starting on each note of the major pentatonic scale, in this case, the key of G. Whoops. Now, you can start by just playing this as an ascending pattern. If you don't know how to play this, listen to the pattern and see if you can hear the sequence of the notes. That way, when you try it, you already know what the pattern sounds like. And then you're just using your ear to match what I'm playing. I'll play it a couple more times. 4-note pattern ascending on a G major pentatonic scale. This time I'll play it and I won't talk over it. That's the pattern. So this is an exercise for every level. If you're a beginner and you're just starting out with this, then just work on 1 octave of the G major pentatonic scale played in this way with the first 3 notes on the same string. Because there's more than one way to play a pentatonic scale. There's that, and then there's the pattern that splits or spreads the notes out over 3 strings. Here, it's very simple because you have 3 notes and then 2 notes. And they're placed in very close and very easy proximity to each other so that you can easily access this pattern. And no matter where you play that 5-note phrase, that's a major pentatonic scale, right? So we're dealing with just that. If you're a beginner, that's all you got to do. If you're more of an intermediate player, then just try working on playing the 2-octave major scale. And once that pattern gets into the muscle memory and you start to become more and more comfortable with it, then play it ascending and descending. So that you get both patterns. And now if you're more of an advanced player, then you can try this workout. 4-note sequence starting from each degree of the scale, right? And then once you get that down, See if you can play it ascending and descending. And that's it. That's the workout, friends and neighbors. Try all of these exercises. Evaluate your own level. Where do you fit in this system of beginner, intermediate, and advanced? How well can you execute these exercises? Where is your threshold? Where do things become super difficult so that now you know what you have to work on? For me, I know I can always play these patterns a little bit faster and with more articulation and accuracy. That's always the case for advanced players. There's never a perfect way to play these scales. You can always play them faster, you can always play them more articulately, and you can always improve your agility on the neck. There's no end to the way that we work on these things. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps every single one of you in one way or another. And hey, if you like this lesson, you know what to do. Click like, share, subscribe to the channel, join the channel, donate to the channel if you are in a position to do so. All of the above is so greatly appreciated. And let me know in the comments your level of playing and where the threshold is for you when things become a little bit too difficult. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments section. And as always, I appreciate you visiting me here in the Brownstone, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.